Okay, thanks. Particularly, you need sufficient feedback here, otherwise I can't hear, all right? Thank you.
Testing, sorry. First of all, I would like to apologize for my hoarse voice. I've just caught a cold.
Don't worry. Just speak.
Thank you. I hope this won't affect the story I'm going to tell you. The story is about a cleaner.
About what?
About a cleaner.
I can't hear the word.
A cleaner.
A cleaning person. Is it? Okay, a cleaner.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. During this period of financial depression, she still managed to keep her job. But she said, my income is much less. Before the financial tsunami, a few residents in the building where I work collected their own domestic garbage, such as papers and aluminum cans, and sold them to the recyclers. So I collect most of these stuff and sold them to the recyclers and got extra income. However, recently I have met up with a lot of competition as the middle-class residents in the building where I work do their own recycling. Consequently, I earn less now, and I'm worried about how to feed my family. You see, not only those who are unemployed, but the majority of the employees are concerned about their incomes and they're depressed. I suggest the government to reduce the taxation of the middle class, monitor the consumer prices, and provide a subsidy to the citizens, such as urging the public transportations to adjust the fares. Last, I would like Mr. Zhang to review the safety procedures for all Hong Kong workers, especially the shocking strategy of Tsim Sha Tsui yesterday. You yourself, Mr. Zhang, said, one accident is too many. Yet, this year, we have already had 8 fatal industrial accidents. So how can we avoid this kind of situation? Thank you.
Mr. Zhang, please.
Well, first of all, let me thank the 3 students who made excellent suggestions. Some of them are of on a personal level. It might not be easily be followed through in a policy address, but they do reflect genuine problems faced by the people of Hong Kong day in and day out. Family with a person, with a member of the person with physical or mental difficulties. Secondly, the use of LPG in our public transport and in Hong Kong generally, particularly how the impacts on air pollution. What are we going to do about it? And then, of course, the question of the economy, how it impacts on the livelihood of everyone in Hong Kong. All these are crucial questions which the government will have to address. And in addressing them, we also need the help of the community as well. As far as social welfare spending is concerned, we are putting in no less than every year about 17% of our total spending into social welfare. As the total revenue grows, economy grows, the amount we spend on social welfare will grow as well. But it's always a very difficult question as to how we divide up that cake among meeting various needs. And I know it will never be adequate, particularly looking through the perspective of one sector of unfortunate people. But I can assure the student who spoke about the brother of yours, you have all the sympathy and help of the community. We should also have to try our best to devote more resources to it in a context of how we share out the cake. But thank you very much for your kind words, and particularly your, I think, constructive ideas how that problem could be met. On the question of the environment, this is one of the central policies of the government. We are trying to encourage the use of LPG, particularly in power generation or the use of LPG in our vehicles. And in fact, we are going further down the road, and not only using LPG as an option, but using electric vehicles instead, so that there will be zero pollution in that regard, as far as air is concerned. So we will spare no effort in going about this. But in this, let me tell you, you asked us to use the WHO guidelines, exactly what we are doing now. But you asked us to adopt the highest WHO guidelines. Let me tell you, very few governments these days, including all the developed economies, have reservation or even adopting the WHO standards. We already ourselves thrust ourselves forward, embrace those standards, and do what we can. But I agree with you, you are reflecting a very genuine community concern. And you will see that more and more resources of the XR's government will continue to be plowed in the areas of combating pollution. On the realities of daily life, and the question of this cleaning person, we talk about. And we as a community respect any person who works, particularly to fight for the family, to make a decent living. But I'm afraid it is a sort of thing that we have to face up to. I cannot resolve each and every problems that we have in the community. But for the poorer sector, we do our very best through our social welfare system, through various concessions we make. For instance, this year, which is a particular difficult year, we reduce rental in public housing. We also reduce the bill for electricity, the bill for water charges, and so on, in order to help them. And these measures will be put in if we have economic problems like the ones we have today. But you must also remember, we put it in context, that the amount of help we do must be compatible with the resources that we have. For instance, you said taxation should be reduced. You must realize, for instance, this cleaning person does not pay tax at all. Most of the working class who are in the grassroots level do not pay tax. So the reducing taxation will not help this particular person. You may be able to help the middle class, which we are doing as best we can. And Hong Kong, as you know, enjoys one of the lowest taxation level among all developed economies. About industrial safety, I am appalled at what happened yesterday when we have this group of people falling down from great heights and to their deaths. It is a very, very sad scene. And this is something we must put a stop to. But don't, again, I ask you, put it in context. In terms of industrial safety, Hong Kong has come a long way in achieving a present position, in that a number of industrial accidents has decreased over the years because of the safety measures that we have put in. But that will not be enough. As I said, one death is not more, one unnecessary death is certainly not what we want. We must put a stop to it. And I can also assure you, this particular accident will be looked at very seriously. There will be a thorough investigation, and we will put in, if we find that there are any defects in our present system, we will cure them. We will remove those defects. We will do our very best to ensure our industry will be safe for all workers. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Zhang.